of these teams, Brent.
Do you believe, BA, that these guys are coming in and not thinking about that very same thing? These guys want to test each other tonight, and you wonder, whoever gets the best of the other guy, will that elevate the next couple weeks of play for them in terms of their confidence? So a big man battle. Let's keep a close eye on it.
So let's take a look at the starters for Toronto. Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Dick is out there with Emmanuel quickly, and it's Ingram in at the 3. Now here's George. Sinks the tray.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
Here's Barnes. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. Utah's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Baseline jumper. Outside Sexton. The 3 is up. Another 3 for Utah.
Well, Sexton feeling it right now, being assertive and getting to the spots on the floor that he wants to operate.
After years of competing for championships and winning one, Toronto is suddenly in a rebuild phase, Brent.
Yeah, they had a familiar roster for many years, and then last couple of years a little bit underperforming, trying to find some guys to stabilize where their franchise is going. It's a bit of a reset in Toronto.
Now here's Collins. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Barnes. That one's good on the sweet setup by Ingram. Barnes has got 7.
Well, Ingram liking to play in the system right there, unselfish and making a play.
Pass to Collins. Three-pointer. Buries it from 3.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
The Raptors have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Will Hardy.
And he had nothing but praise for Scotty Barnes on the other side. He said Barnes poses so many problems because of his versatility. He can play multiple positions. He's unselfish. He's got great speed for his size. He had a lot of good things to say. Clearly Barnes has a big fan here.
Thanks for that, Allie. Ingram. Utah with the rebound.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Collins, no good. Collins is gone 1 for 3 from the field here. The baseline, Jay. The shot by Ingram, no good.
I admire the play call. They just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Fires hitting the triple.
I like when Collins takes these shots, shooting while in rhythm.
Barnes with it, and Kessler picks him up defensively. Quickly from outside. Sinks it from distance.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And for a scorer as prolific as Markkanen, he doesn't need the ball in his hands too often.
So many of his scores come off assists. So just a great sense of when to get into space and become available.
Pirtle with the bucket.
Now, what's the saying? Don't box out, get your feelings hurt.
Sexton passes to George. There's the triple. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Sexton working the ball to a teammate. That's what you want to see from him.
Quickly against George. Outside for Ingram. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by George.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Collins, a good look. Rebounded by Ingram.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
And Keontae George gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. 59 seconds left in the first quarter. Utah leading by 3. Collins outside. George for 3. Sends it home from three-point land. George has got 9.
Big man John Collins seeing the court that time.
Back to quickly. That's to Dick. And here's Ingram from the arc. Gets the 3-ball to go.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
For 3, Sexton. They get it back. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Just 4 to shoot. The 3, George drills it from deep. 12 points for him.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Pass to Pirtle. Let's go with a 3. That shot, no good. He got it up. The shot comes out. Well, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of all. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
So for Toronto right now, they've got Walter, and it's Shed in at the point. Raptors trail by 6. Well, the Jazz are one of just 10 NBA franchises to never win a championship, Grant.
Yeah, you know, it's so hard to believe considering they have the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Think about it. If it weren't for one Michael Jordan, they'd probably have 2 rings.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
The 3, Barrett. Launches a 3. Pass to Mobo. Outside Barrett. Here's the 3. Knocks down the triple. Barrett's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Well, finding some room there on the perimeter, the lefty, R.J. Barrett, knocks it down.
Sensible, no good.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Puts up a deep 3. Out of bounds. It'll be Utah's ball.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
Here's Collier. No points yet. Pass to Clarkson. Out to the right wing. This one for 3. Rebound Toronto. Walter from outside. It's rebounded by Hendricks. Utah leading by 6. And he drives in. From outside the arc. Drains the triple. Hendricks has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave them all alone at the arc.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is highly encouraged by the growth of the game. He said, in addition to being the fastest growing sport in the world, we are the #1 participation team sport in the United States. Boys and girls are playing basketball in record numbers. Love to hear it, Brian.
No doubt. The game's in a great place right now, Allie. Thank you. Here's Shed. Pass to Walter. Here's Mobo. Takes the 3. No good there. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Collier. Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there's still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, B.A., and with teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost like youth is no longer an excuse, but some rebuilds take longer than others.
For 3, Collier gets the 3 to fall. And now it's a 12-point Jazz lead.
I think the defense has more concerns out there on the floor. And they give him a good open look from the perimeter.
The Jazz have gone 4 for 7 in the second quarter. Pass to Filipowski.
And just wasn't able to set up in time.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Clarkson for 3. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got 4 rebounds now. Walter from outside. Utah with the rebound. Pass to Collier. From downtown, it's hauled in by the Raptors. Robinson's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Mobo. And again, Toronto no good. Utah leading by 12. Here's Filipowski. For 3, Collier. Rebound, Toronto. Robinson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Walter from outside. They get the rebound. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Now, RJ smelled that one out. Quick off the floor, and he beat everybody to that rebound.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And a homecoming of sorts for R.J. Barrett last season after being traded to his hometown Raptors.
Yeah, he's played well in Toronto. You wonder if the offseason helps him settle into where it is that he knows he's going to start this year. I really like his three-point shooting. That has been much improved in that Raptor uniform.
Here's Collier. Out to the right wing. Here's Sensabaugh. Robinson defending. Fires the 3. That one misses. He's 1 for 3. Raptors trail by 9. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Oh, a really deep 3 that time. Barrett's got 12 points.
Well, this is R.J. Barrett having himself a big-time game. He's beating the defense in so many ways right now.
Shot's good by Collier. Lets the 3 fly. Barrett can't hit. To the left wing. It'll count. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And the first half now in the books. Jazz out in front, up 8. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And if you just join it in, 1 half is in the books. 1 half to go. You got to like what Keontae George has done in this one.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
George and Sexton in the backcourt. Collins and Kessler there in the middle. And it's Markkanen in at the small forward position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Looking at the Raptors, Brent, things have not gone too smoothly since their 2019 championship.
Well, it felt like that championship roster was built just for that year, though, B.A. There wasn't a lot of, progression that was going to come from that. They went in, they got Kawhi, they won the championship, and now it's all about rebuilding their franchise in the style that they want to do it. They have one guy that they believe in Scotty Barnes, R.J. Barrett on the trade. And slowly and surely, they're going to start to put these pieces around to become a contender again.
Now here's quickly. Outside Ingram for 3. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Collins. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. And now it's a 10-point Jazz lead.
Yeah, every coach wants assisted buckets. Guys like George, they move the ball.
That's a shot he's going to bury, especially when left open.
And so it's Sexton who brings up the ball for Utah. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Launches it. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Well, this is kind of fun. Sexton coming back and returning the favor.
Ingram fires from way outside. Again, the miss by Ingram. Utah leading by 10. Sexton finds Markkanen from behind the arc. Not going to go that time. The Raptors have got just 2 of 6 in the second half. Here's Dick. Good D by Kessler. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. Markkanen looking it over. And the 3 off target. Raptors trail by 10, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Markkanen. Utah on D. And here's Ingram from the arc. Drops in the 3. Ingram's got 9 points now in the second half.
And Brandon Ingram continues to work on that smooth three-point release.
After a trade to New Orleans back in 2019, Brandon Ingram has become a primary scorer, Greg.
Yeah, he scored well over 20 points per game since leaving the Lakers. B.I. has the rare blend of length and shooting, and beyond scoring, Ingram's assist numbers are very impressive too.
Right now, Brandon Ingram is just taking command of the entire game.
George passes to Markkanen. Fires for three. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep. And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play. Inside, Pirtle. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got 7 rebounds in the game. George for three. That one no good. Good work defensively by Dick. And here's Ingram from the arc. Sexton grabs the board. Jazz leading by 11. George for three. Kicks it out to Markkanen from deep. Rebound Toronto. Outside Dick. The three is up. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got rebound number 8 now. Collins passes to Markkanen. There's the three. Ooh, Markkanen confident from long range.
And a great job by Markkanen to toe the line there along the corner to knock down the three.
Dick gets the bucket. Dick's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Ingram on the wing. It's guarded by Markkanen. Shoots. The shot by Ingram, no good. For Utah, they've gone 6 of 13 to open up this second half. Here's George. Oh, rejected by Pirtle. And here's Ingram from the arc. They grab their own miss. The three from Barnes. Utah grabs the miss. Kessler's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. George for three. George with another miss. Ingram on the wing. Over Markkanen. And so it's Utah. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. They've been lights out from deep. And it's... And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. So for Toronto right now, Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Emmanuel quickly is out there with Dick, and it's Ingram in at the 3 slot. The 3. Pirtle grabs a miss.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Dick with a miss. Jazz leading by 11. Sexton looking around. Kessler passes to Sexton. Top of the key. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
And the team wants Markkanen to take those kind of shots because he is capable of knocking them down.
From deep. Pass to Ingram. Six to shoot. Second chance effort. And again, no good by Toronto. Utah shooting about 41%. And here's Collins for 3. Can't get it to drop. Raptors trail by 13. Fires the 3. Utah grabs the miss. Sexton's got 4 rebounds now. Markkanen for 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Right side Ingram. From the corner. Ingram can't get that one to fall.
And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots, not the wild one he took there.
And another miss by Utah. And Ingram has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth.
Well, when Ingram gets the ball on the inside, his length can really help him out to create shot opportunities.
For three, George. And that basket makes him 6 for 11. Shooting a good percentage.
And let's face it, when you're down this many points, you simply can't let them get that good of a look.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers. No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relax in getting out on him.
George finds Kessler. Hurdle with the block. And he's able to get it back. And it's out of bounds. Still Utah's ball.
Utah ball.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Quickly against George. 4 on the clock. Goes back up. Sexton misses. Raptors trail by 11. Here's Dick. Off target from outside. Utah's gone just 1 of 6 from downtown in this final quarter. For three, George. Hurdle grabs a miss. Hurdle's got rebound number 13 tonight with that one. And here's Ingram from the arc. Kessler with a rebound. Jazz leading by 11. Markkanen, the pass to Kessler. Shot on the wing. Markkanen misses. The Raptors shooting only 31% in the game. The shot by Ingram, no good. The Jazz shooting just 37% in the game. For three, George. Hurdle grabs a miss. Hurdle's got 15 rebounds here tonight. 4-3. And quickly gets the three.
A major deep ball threat. Quickly has never seen a shot he didn't like.
It's offline from half court.
I have no clue why he pulled up from there. At this point in the game, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, the bloopers, right?
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Collins passes to Kessler. Puts up a three. On target from range. And the Jazz lead by 11.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on. And that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
And that one's good. Quickly.
Brandon Ingram at that size, able to survey the entire floor and make a play.
No good with the elbow jumper. 20 seconds left in the fourth. For three, Collins. He drops it from range.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing this one. All right, Allie, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice in the mid, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back and let me still. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla.
Defense looking.
for the Jazz. Wing pair will be Sexton and Markkanen. The pairing up front, it'll be Collins and Kessler. And it's George in at the 1. RJ, this could be a battle won in the trenches. Each team with a formidable front court.
Yeah, both these teams are loaded with a lot of skill down low. Kind of old school. Should be a physical contest.
Now Beal after the missed 3 from John Collins. Kessler against Booker. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
We know Book can hit those deep threes, but he's also effective around the rim.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Oates. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Now, Will Hardy talked to me a little while ago. This team's focus is trying to slow down Devin Booker. He said the thing with Devin is that he's not just an ISO scorer. They run a lot of actions for him, so we have to do our best to chase him around, and the rotations have to be on point. It's going to take all 5 guys to try and stop him. Guys?
Thanks, David. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. George finds Markkanen. On the wing, George. Defended by Richards. And Utah, another 3.
And developing that 3-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
Booker against George. And the dunk by Booker.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Now, here's Sexton. No good on the triple.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And as disappointing as the Suns' first-round exit was last year, RJ, this team, I think, still has a window open. How about you?
Yeah, Kevin, I've often said it takes teams a second year. That first year is really the adjustment period for star players. The Suns' core group had some growing pains in that first season, but look, this year, I think this is the year we're going to see the best version of the Phoenix Suns.
Utah with the ball. The Suns getting the bucket. Sinks the triple.
And you love how instant Collins' shot can be. Gets a pass and wastes no time in releasing it.
Now here's Booker. 6 points for him. And it's done in the corner. 6 to shoot. The Suns need to get a shot off. Here's Richards. The rebound by the Jazz.
If he gets that look again, he should take it. You can't let one miss scare you off of a very good shot.
Beal against Kessler. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
You know, the timing, the rhythm. I'm a big fan of when Sexton can just catch and shoot.
Outside, Beal. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Utah.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for Phoenix. Trailing by 2. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, gets the 3-pointer to fall.
And Durant focuses on taking high percentage threes, which is why he's so efficient from there.
And Kevin Durant, one of the top 10 scorers in league history. And RJ still going strong.
And he does it with efficiency, Kevin. Takes great shots, and he's incredibly accurate. And if he doesn't have a look, he's a willing passer.
So it's Phoenix now, after the 3-pointer from Lauri Markkanen. Booker looking around. Lets it fly. Durant for 3. It's hauled in by George. Utah's gone 4 of 8 on their 3-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside here in the first quarter. Now, here's George. Collins, a screen on done. George with no one around. And Utah another three.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Dunn, wide open, he fires. Trying to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through one. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
They're playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
Clarkson is out there with Collier. Then there's Filipowski, and it's Hendricks in at the power forward. That's the group right now for Utah. Here's Hendricks. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Pass to Clarkson. Offline with his three. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, despite suffering a first-round sweep in last season's playoffs, the Suns' front brass remains confident that they were mere inches from where they needed to be to compete for a title, emphasizing that chemistry is built over time and through the fire. Hope is, with another year to coalesce, this team will be ready for a deeper run. Kevin?
Well, they've got the names. They've got a big coach now coming in. All right, D.A., thank you. Well, Greg, over the last few seasons, one area of consistency for the Jazz has been their rebound.
Yeah, and they have some size, and they make controlling the boards a focal point. When you're playing Utah, you better be ready to put a body on somebody.
Jones, no luck.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from three.
Here's Hendricks. And Utah again with the bucket. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Outside, Jones. Right side, Martin. A three. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for three free throws.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
He just didn't like what he saw inside, so he takes the open transition three. But if he missed, Coach might have had some words for him.
Jones tries in. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
If the defense lets him inside, he will not hesitate. He'll gladly drop that thing right in the cup.
And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
A fine shooter from deep. Clarkson has a good feel for when to let it fly.
Outside for Martin. Pass to Bull. Outside for Martin. Shoots. Some solid defense from Clarkson. Jazz leading by 10. Clarkson on the wing. Takes a three. Phoenix grabs the miss. And here's Plumlee. Still without a basket. Outside, Jones. Shoots the three. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Here's Collier. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. Lets the 3 fly. Filipowski grabs the board. Utah has gone for the 3-pointer 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. For the 3. No good that time. Suns trail by 7. To the left wing. Bull, the pass to Martin. From deep. It's hauled in by Sensible. The Jazz have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Shots good by Clarkson.
As a shooter, Clarkson can be so efficient. He gets the ball and goes right into his shot.
They swipe it. And now Clarkson pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Stolen by Jones. Allen outside. 23 seconds left in the second quarter. Pass to Bull. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Collier. Allen defending. Hendricks. And Utah another 3.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
And so it's the Utah Jazz. 13 points up at the end of the period. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. There wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. It's a 13-point game. You know, Greg, thinking back to the glory days in Utah, they went to back-to-back finals in 97 and 98.
Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that Stockton-Malone era, they just couldn't overcome the dynastic Bulls. The Jazz still searching for that first NBA title.
On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Deadly backcourt pair of Booker and Beal. Durant is out there with Nick Richards. And it's done in at the 3. Suns trail by 13. And it's Beal in the corner. Pass to Richards. Done outside. Outside Durant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's the pick. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by the Jazz. Kessler's got his 7th rebound here tonight from downtown. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. On the wing, Booker, defended by George. Phoenix, no good that time either. Jazz leading by 13. Three-pointer, Markkanen. Markkanen missing again. For Phoenix, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Utah has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4.
And what I love about Markkanen, he takes care of the basketball, and that's a result of being patient, playing smart, and just generally getting his points within the flow of the offense.
And the second free throw, good.
And Markkanen is showing the aggressiveness you like to see in a guy with his skill set. Somebody who doesn't lack confidence when he shoots the ball.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Near the three-point line, it's Booker. And the jumper is good. Booker's got 8 points.
And finally, someone scores.
It's a slugfest. Maybe not the prettiest game we've seen, but sometimes the best wins are the ugly ones.
Markkanen from outside. Beal pulls it in.
Oh, man, for whatever reason, he can't get it going from 3, and he's pretty good from there.
Durant for 3. There's the triple from Durant.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
Oh, I see you, big fella.
Can you believe that?
When he took off, I was not expecting that.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. The three from KD. Another three for Phoenix.
Well, I guess we could give him credit for not getting discouraged. They're still playing hard. He's doing his job out there.
George fires. Pass to Markkanen. Fires from deep. Hands it from downtown. 8 points for him.
And early on, Markkanen has demonstrated how efficient he is from that range. Have to run him off the line.
Booker outside. Durant way outside. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. KD's got 9 points here in the second half. Jazz leading by 9. And George, here we go. Kicks it out to Collins. Wide open shot is on the money. And it's 7 points for John Collins.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
They set the pick. There's Beal with the three. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. And here's George for three. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Nice read from the big fella. Markkanen demonstrating a solid feel with his passing.
Beal deciding where to go with it. There's the three. Utah with the rebound. Kessler's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. The three. The shot by Sexton, no good.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. And hustle like that is why he leads his team in rebounds tonight.
And let's be honest, guys, rebounding is about want. And he is playing with 110% effort.
Booker outside. Durant in the corner. Unloads. That one wide left.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
And so it's the Utah Jazz. Feel it. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. In it forward, it's going to be Markkanen and Collins. The guard pair, it's George and Sexton. And it's Kessler in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the group right now for Utah. Collins with it. Now Beal defending.
And a lot of players might have passed that shot up. Not Collins. He stays aggressive and draws the foul.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Jazz.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
And also, guys, the confidence to keep taking the three. It's been falling, so they've got to keep going back to it.
And here's George for three. And it's Bradley Beal with the rebound. Beal's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. KD against Sexton. Puts up a deep three. Durant, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
The shot by Sexton, no good.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistently.
From the arc. They get it again. Collins kicks to Sexton. Hits it from three-point range.
And it's important Sexton makes those. The more he hits from outside, the more the floor will open up.
Durant for three. That doesn't go either for Durant. Utah leading by 22. Collins with it. Now guarded by Booker. Shot by Collins, no good. Phoenix has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. They get it back. Kicks it out to Booker. The tray. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
And from the corner, Booker is not a player you can forget about.
And finished off by Collins.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He's one of the best in the business, absolutely. And there's Booker on the assist by Durant.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
And stolen by Dunn. On the wing, Booker. A 3 ball. Jacks up a 3. Again, the miss by Booker.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. They trail by 18. Here's Dunn. A three-pointer, no good. The Jazz have gone just 2 of 8 in this 4th quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far.
Even though he's undersized, he's making an impact on the glass. Looking fearless right now.
Kicks it out to Booker. Back to KD. 5 to shoot. Drills it from outside. Durant's got 12 points here in the second half.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up, oh yeah, you're done.
Booker against George. From outside the arcs, cranes the three-pointer.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Jazz.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Keontae George.
Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
Nailed from three-point land.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
George passes to Kessler. There's 39 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Sexton finds Kessler. Clock is at 3. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Launches from deep. The shot by Sexton, no good. And it's Phoenix's ball. Booker with no one around. The basket good off the assist from Durant. 19 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Well, for the Jazz, they can just run out the clock. Booker against George. Fires from way outside. No good there. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really... matchup. Both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, BA. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Now let's take a look at Phoenix's opening lineup. Booker and Beal are the talented backcourt. Kevin Durant is out there with Nick Richards, and it's Dunn in at the 3. Now here's Barnes. Over Booker. Barnes, no good. Quickly against Beal. Dunn outside. Launches it. And Durant hits from deep.
The fluidity, the mechanics, the purity. KD's jumper is sweet.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Darko Rajakovic. We discussed Bradley Beal. The focus for them on the defensive end, Coach telling me that Brad's a guy who averaged 30 points a game in this league, the sign of a special scorer, so they need to figure out a way to make Beal uncomfortable, saying maybe they'll put some length on him. Let's see if that works on Beal. Back to you.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. The shot by Ingram, no good.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
And Doris, when you think about Kevin Durant, certainly a prolific scorer, but that's not the whole story.
What I love the most, I think, BA, about Kevin Durant is how much he loves playing the game of basketball. His availability is never in question as long as there is some measure of health. The work he puts in consistently, anyone who's ever seen his routine, teammates, coaches, front office staff, they are in awe of the commitment to his craft.
And it's the Suns with the ball. Toronto making their last shot, and he gets it to go.
Well, a guard has got to come with physical intensity on the interior, and Devin Booker does just that.
And here's Ingram outside. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Booker surveying the D. From outside the arc. Pirtle grabs a miss.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Ingram. Quickly finds Ingram. Knocks down the long J. Ingram's got 5 points.
Look at how smooth Ingram's shot is. Hard off the pass, he puts up a silky jumper.
Pass to Durant. Takes the 3. That one's in there on the nice assist from Beal.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Kicks it to Quickly. And here's Barnes. Ingram on the wing. Tries again. And the jumper falls for him. 7 points in the game.
Nice touch from the mid-range. Ingram looking confident, rising up and shooting from there.
Booker for 3. And again, it's Phoenix from deep.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Takes a 3. No good. He's missed 5 of his 8 attempts. The Suns lead by 6. Something this Raptors team does very well is move the ball doors.
Yeah, B.A., this is an unselfish group of guys. They like moving the basketball, getting everybody involved. Amazing when a team has everybody touch it, how good it feels.
Barnes with it, Dunn in his pocket. And here's Ingram from the arc. Hits the trifecta.
Yeah, this is how competitive Ingram is. Getting his revenge with a 3 of his own.
Booker against Quickly. From deep. Barnes with the rebound.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Here's Ingram. And it's Toronto with another.
Yeah, Ingram is having a great night so far, playing passionate offense and finding lots of quality looks.
For 3, Booker. Counted from distance.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
The 3 is up. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. And you'd like to go 2 for 1 here, Grant.
And at the same time, you want to get a good shot here, B.A.
And that one's good by Durant.
Well, this is exactly how you want to attack the defense. Kevin Durant accepting the punishment, but refuses to be denied.
The shot by Ingram, no good. The Suns lead by 9. Beal, the pass to Richards. To the paint. And Durant gets it to go. Durant's got 11.
They've played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of a game, it's perfect. I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
Devin Booker, he's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for the Suns. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Suns.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
They've got Walter, and it's Robinson in at the center position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Pass to Barrett. With the fadeaway. And it's Barrett again missing. Phoenix leading by 9. Outside Jones. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Hey, you leave him open, he's going to make the defense pay for that level of disrespect.
Plumlee a screen. Some room here for Jones. Rebound, Toronto. And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter. Back to Barrett. Jacks up a 3. He buries it from 3. Barrett's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, you've got to be shot ready in catch-and-shoot situations, and we know RJ's got a quick trigger.
Jones finds Plumlee. Here's Jones. There's the triple. Another shot. And it's laid up and in by Plumlee. And the Suns lead by 7.
You have to appreciate the doggedness and intensity on the glass. Wow.
Barrett into the lane.
Well, it's all about how do you get the best players on your team, the shots they want in the offense. Put RJ in pick and roll and let him go to work.
And every team is looking for length on their roster.
Yeah, the reason, BA, is because of the quality and skill of shooting. Guys are coming across half court, and they can shoot the basketball at 35 feet. The reason you need length is there's more area to cover. Increasingly, Brian, it's getting harder and harder to play as an undersized guard in this league.
They've closed the gap over the last few possessions, but can they push through and grab the lead?
Yeah, it feels like they've ramped up their intensity. They have forced good things to happen. Now they're back in it.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
Ooh, putting on a show for the fans. Going up for the graceful reverse.
Oh, that had a little extra sauce on it, Grant.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Here's Jones, following the bucket by the Raptors. Here's Bull. And a miss there on the triple.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Robinson finds Barrett. Sinks the tray. Barrett's got 10.
Well, you have to understand, spacing is provided when you can make threes. RJ Barrett delivers.
the pass to Bowl. Will it go? Suns keep it alive. Jones from outside. Rebound, Toronto.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Here's Walter, still without a bucket. There's the three, and it's Barrett with the three. And now it's a 5-point Toronto lead.
Well, what you've seen from R.J. Barrett is attack mode. The coaching staff wants him to sustain this level of aggression.
Jones from outside. He drops it from range. He's got 5.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Here's Bobo. He has 7. The 3, Barrett. Plumlee pulls down the board. 19 seconds left in the second period. Here's Bowl. And again, it's Phoenix from deep.
Well, more and more you see big men working on the outside shot, and this guy has one of the better ones in the league.
Pass to Mobo. Here's Shed, defended by Jones. The 3, Barrett. No good. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. The Suns on top. They lead by 1. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
Fans, direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Nice game. Great performance by R.J. Barrett.
I love how effortlessly he scored. The game just comes so easy for him.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Kicking off the second half, here's Mike Budenholzer's 5. Booker and Beal are the talented backcourt. Nick Richards out there with Kevin Durant, and it's done in at the 3. Well, Emmanuel Quickley is a combo guard who impacts both sides of the ball, Doris.
There's no question about it. He's a floor spacer. He can create for himself or his teammates, and defensively, longer than you think and very mobile.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Well, Kevin Durant steadily climbing up the top 10 of the all-time scoring list. He said, I've been in the league for half of my life now. It's a blessing to be playing on this platform and doing what I love to do. I just want to continue to keep putting in good work and keep adding to what I already did.
One of the greats, Allie. Thank you.
Yeah, he usually makes you pay from that range.
The 3 from Barnes. Oh, again, Toronto with a triple.
This is a huge part of Scotty Barnes' development. Can he knock down the long ball?
For 3, Booker. And once again, off the mark by Phoenix. Here's Toronto with the ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points.
Right here.
A powerful slam from Devin Booker.
If Devin Booker's cooking, it's a wrap, folks. This guy makes the game look easy.
Here's Ingram. Rebounded by Dunn. The Suns trail by 5. Beal with it, and it's Ingram picking him up. Here's the 3. Beal, that one's good. Beal's got 6.
Yeah, it matters not. Half court or in transition, Bradley Beal always a threat.
Ingram. And the Raptors miss again. Phoenix has gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Beal from outside. Rebound, Toronto.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And here's Ingram outside. Basket counts. He's got 7.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
Outside Durant. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. From behind the arc, Dick gets the bucket. And now it's a 7-point Raptor lead.
I'll tell you, Grady Dick can shoot for days. I mean, his confidence from beyond the arc is really incredible.
Beal outside. Yes, and it's Booker with the setup.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Now here's Ingram. 14 points for him. Pass to Dick. Now here's Pirtle. 5 on the clock. Outside for Ingram. Pirtle in the post. Covered by Richards. And stolen by Durant. Screen by Durant. On the wing, Durant. Fires from deep. And the Suns get another 3.
Boy, no hesitation right there. You see Kevin Durant assertive on the offensive end.
On the wing quickly. Outside Barnes. Dick, the pass to Ingram. Off the mark there with a 3.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
Outside Durant. For the lead. Barnes with the rebound. Barnes has got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside Dick. Beal with it. Picked up by Dick. And now the Suns fast break. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, you've got to credit the defense of Bradley Beal. Breaks it up defensively, gets out in transition. Nice.
They get it back.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
Barnes against Durant. They get it back. Second chance shot. A nice shot by Richards. Richards has got his first points in this one.
Wow, he really fires up his team with his ability to extend possessions.
Ingram with a screen on Booker. Outside for Ingram. The 3 from Barnes. Sinks it from distance. Barnes has got 6 in the quarter.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
It's all tied in Toronto. And we're coming right back. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. Here's Booker. Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Quickly and Barrett, they're the backcourt duo. And it's Ingram in at the small forward position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Booker. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. And the Suns lead by 2.
Lightning quick release on that jumper. No one could get to Booker in time.
And the bucket is good.
0 rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
And here are the Suns now. The Raptors making their last shot. Here's Durant. Easy money for KD inside.
Kevin Durant just lighting up the stat sheet right now. He's in a rhythm, and that's trouble.
Ingram with a screen on Booker. Quickly passes to Ingram. Up and overdone. Got a piece of it. In transition, here come the Suns. 3-pointer. Rebounded by Ingram. And Ingram has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. Quickly passes to Ingram. Ooh, Durant with a steal. Outside Booker. The 3. And Booker cash on the 3. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Phoenix.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
And the Suns making a change here. Bowles checked in. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer was going over with his team. Coach was blunt with his assessment. He said to throw out everything that happened until now. It is a brand new game, and it's only a few minutes. Leave it out on the floor. Back to you guys.
Allie, thank you. Now here's Beal. Durant for 3. Pirtle grabs a miss. Pirtle's got rebound number 7 tonight. Here's Barnes. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. Now just a 1-point Suns lead.
You get the sense Scotty Barnes is very comfortable in the painted area. That's easy work.
Durant against Barnes. Durant inside. Over Ingram. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to be on Brandon Ingram.
You simply can't fight on the shot fake, but Kevin Durant makes that a tough task.
And both free throws good for Durant.
Well, this is why you run your offense through him in important situations. You know he's going to deliver.
And a slam dunk by Ingram.
And this guy is just a gamer. Ingram doesn't feel pressure. He embraces the moment, taking and making important shots.
Now here's Booker. Durant with a screen on quickly. The kick to Durant. The 3. Yes, sir! KD for 3.
Oh, in pressure moments, he's a guy you trust to make big shots.
Ingram with a screen on Beal. Outside for Ingram. Releases. Again, the Raptors good for 2 more.
R.J. Barrett with excellent vision. And it's not just the vision, it's the ability to put it on time and on target. Nicely done.
There's a screen by Bull. On the wing, Durant. No good on the 3.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
Now here's Ingram. Defense is right there. Ingram with a screen on Booker. Outside for Ingram to take the lead. Again, the miss by Ingram. Phoenix has got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the 4th. Dunn, the pass to Booker. And the foul called on Emmanuel quickly. That's his first foul. Dick, he's checked in for quickly.
Second team foul. Now into the line.
A minute 9 left in the final quarter. A nice shot by Booker.
Yeah, it's one thing to know your team counts on you to deliver big buckets. It's another to take that responsibility and run with it. Go ahead, Mr. Booker.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Good on the first. And that narrows the lead down to just 3. And Barrett drops them both.
Hey, a steady hand at the line in a tough situation. He narrows it to a 1-possession game.
There's a screen by Bull. Let's go with a 3. Rebound, Toronto. Left side, Dick. To tie it up. Pass to Pirtle. Back to Dick. Outside Ingram. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for 1 more.
Defensive foul. Devin Booker. That's his first.
And that one misses. Here's Durant. Beal left side. Durant looking around. Durant draws the double. Back to Beal. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw.
13 foul.
Well, it doesn't get much bigger than that. A perfect trip to the line to give them the critical 3-point cushion. What poise.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
And a 3 would tie it up. If they have to make 1 extra pass to get a better shot, they probably have just enough time to do that.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the menace
Emmanuel quickly out there with Grady Dick. And it's Ingram in at the 3, the small forward. And both teams look to move the ball around, stand to create more offense.
Well, that's usually the best way to attack, especially against good defenses. Ball movement moves the defense, and when you've got the defense on the move, that's when you can break them down and get high percentage shots. It takes patience. It takes unselfishness.
It seems to be the most efficient way, doesn't it?
It does, especially against really good defenses.
Now here is Pirtle. And Brandon Ingram gets the 3.
A solid shooter from outside the arc. Ingram is fantastic at realizing when he should take those shots.
George passes to Markkanen. And the Jazz, another 3.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first. Showing great vision and delivering the pass out in front.
Shot by Collins, no good.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
So with Brandon Ingram's height, his shooting ability stand, he can get about any shot he wants, can't he?
Yeah, Kevin, any shot at any time. You know, his ball handling is a lot better than people think. He can get to his spots on the floor. And a little bit like Kevin Durant, he can just rise up over people. And he's got a great ability to make really tough shots look easy.
A fun player to watch. Utah has gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. High post shot. Good on the jump shot. Collins has got 5.
And this is how you use the mid-range area. Collins keeping it simple and just taking what the D gives.
And that one's good, Barnes.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Yeah, if you can hit that with regularity, it opens up the floor so much more.
They get it back. Collins wide open, he fires. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. He has 7.
And you love how instant Collins' shot can be. Gets a pass and wastes no time in releasing it.
Pirtle finds quickly. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Markkanen, the rebound by Brandon Ingram. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the Raptors. Here's Dick. Markkanen pulls it in.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one.
In the air and down hard. Woo!
Oh, stop.
Here's Kessler. And Barnes sends it back. And here they come. Dick in the corner. And again, Toronto no up. Utah leading, and the defense of this Raptors team, Greg, they are built to switch.
And it's no accident with their roster construction. They like having wings that can guard all 5 positions. Makes defending a much easier prospect.
Sexton for 3. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Collins. George with no one around. It's good from long range.
And developing that 3-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
A 3 from Quickly. Rebounded by the Jazz.
A bit of pride at stake. Trying to get that last 3-ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
Markkanen can't get it to go. Raptors trail by 4. It's up a 3. And it's Quickly missing.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to 3-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And his team giving up a 3 at the other end, and Ingram claps back.
And George kicks to Collins. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Jazz passing it around. The open look here for Sexton. His 3-pointers off the mark. Toronto shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Dick, that's good.
not just a jump shooter. Dick can operate inside that restricted area.
Kessler wide open. He fires. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best of them.
Brandon Ingram.
A good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Jazz lead by 3. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Jazz?
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving.
So on the floor for Utah. Collier out there with Jordan Clarkson. Then there's Filipowski. And it sends the ball in at the 3 spot.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Clarkson outside. Launches it. Shot's good by Filipowski. Filipowski's got himself on the board with 3 there.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Utah's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Now Barrett pushing it up and no one back to stop him. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Barrett.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
Utah's gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Another miss by Utah.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
Jazz have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Pass to Collier. Lets it go with a 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Sensabaugh's got his first 3 points of the game.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
And with that shot, the Jazz lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Barrett.
I love seeing Barrett cash in there. He knows he has what it takes to finish through contact.
Here's Collier. Robinson pulls it in. Toronto, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Utah leading by 3, and an unfortunate trend for the Utah Jazz stand the past couple seasons, losing the battle of possessions.
Yeah, Kevin, and that's hard to overcome. When you turn the ball over at a high rate, and then at the other end, you don't force any turnovers, you're losing that possession game all the time. Now, fortunately, they rebound the ball well, and that helps a little, but it doesn't totally solve the problem.
And Barrett gets it to go.
Can't allow Barrett that kind of positioning. He's just too skilled at finishing, even when you try to get physical with him.
Here's Hendricks. No good on the 3. Raptors trail by 4. Right side Barrett. Shot from the top of the key. The rebound by the Jazz. Filipowski's got his 4th rebound in this one. 1:36 left in the first half of basketball. Beyond the arc. Sends a ball, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Out to Barrett. Fires the 3. Barrett with another miss. Jazz leading by 4. Clarkson for 3. Mobo with the rebound. Inside. Stolen. And here's the fast break. Clarkson leading the way. The Raptors shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Clearly a foul.
The Raptors shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
And for the Jazz, the last few seasons, Coach, have been a period of rebuilding.
Yeah, it has, Kevin. You know they acquired a lot of draft capital when they traded Gobert and Mitchell. And they've since drafted a lot of young talent and still have plenty of picks to work with.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
Parent for 3. Filipowski grabs the board. Launches a 3. Wow! Huge buzzer beater.
I did not think he was going to get that off in time.
He released it just in the nick of time. What a shot.
And that concludes the first half. It's the Jazz as they end the second quarter on a 15-5 run. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. One of the stories here, John Collins getting it done today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Tick is out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Ingram in at the 3 spot. That's the groove starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic. And here's quickly for 3. Rebound, Utah. Kessler's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. George dishes to Collins. That's good for George on the assist by Collins.
3 points.
George has got the lead up to 9 now for the Jazz. You know, talking to Keontae George, he credits film watching for much of his success. I like that kind of element he brought up.
Yeah, they say he also spends a lot of time talking to veterans on the team, seeks advice from them and coaches. He's a real student of the game, and that has helped speed up the process for him.
Boy, a guy like that, Coach, has got to be fun as a coach.
Yeah, those are the guys you're looking for.
And that one's good, George.
A big man who does a little bit of everything. Collins' team-first attitude shining through with that terrific pass.
And with that shot, the Jazz lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Ingram.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Collins grabs the miss.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Markkanen. Kicks it out to Collins. From deep, George. And Utah, another 3.
Looking to make plays for others. We've seen this from him all night.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
Sexton. Kicks it out to Collins. The 3. They grab their own miss. Kessler finds Markkanen. There's the triple. Kessler, no good. Raptors trail by 11. Stolen by Markkanen. Fires the 3. And Pirtle sends it back. From deep three-point land, from beyond the arc, and then some. Quickly's got 6 points. Stan, of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, what style is the toughest to defend, toughest to stop?
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles or systems in terms of what's tough to stop. It's players, and it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop.
Now the Raptors moving it up. Throws it up high. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. Is on Colin Sexton.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
And Grady Dick gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
And he drew that call by establishing his base early and then doing a great job at the box out.
Yeah, it's something we don't see a whole lot in games. Just too aggressive going up.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Well, it's all due to his energy and effort, as well as how well he's been able to get ideal positioning on the glass.
Shot on the wing. Misses off the left iron.
Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he could.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the three in transition.
From deep, Collins. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Barnes can't get it to go. Jazz leading by 7. Markkanen kicks to George. Kicks it out to Collins. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Collins has got 12 in the game.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead. Calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Three-pointer, Markkanen. Wow, drew the contact, and that three almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Second team foul.
It goes on Brandon Ingram.
And Markkanen is showing the aggressiveness you like to see in a guy with his skill set. Somebody who doesn't lack confidence when he shoots the ball.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
And that one's good, Ingram.
Yeah, this is when they need to lean on him more. Get him the ball and let him build some momentum.
Fires for 3. The shot by George, no good. With 2 seconds left. And so it's Utah holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And their three-point shooting has paved the... And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Jazz leading by 11. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. The pairing up front, it'll be Collins and Kessler. Wing pair will be Sexton and Markkanen. And it's George in at the point. Here's Markkanen. And count it from 19 feet away. Markkanen's got the lead up to 13 now for the Jazz. Pass to Ingram. Shoots over Markkanen. And that one's good, Ingram.
And we've seen this type of effortless dominance from Ingram before, growing accustomed to carrying the load.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
He is cold-blooded, drops the dagger, piles on to what was already a big lead.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
No coverage that time.
For 3.
And it's important Sexton makes those. The more he hits from outside, the more the floor will open up.
And it's quickly missing. Jazz leading by 14. And here's George for 3. And Utah another 3.
3-point.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his 3-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
And George kicks to Sexton. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got 6 assists now in the game. A 3 from Quickly. A rebound by the Jazz. 3-pointer. George, no good. Raptors trail by 17. For 3, Ingram. Good for the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14.
And known for the jump shot, Ingram needs to keep firing away with confidence from that spot.
George, no good. Toronto's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. And that one's good quickly.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
And so Sexton will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Markkanen, good.
And I tell you what, Markkanen has already mastered the art of the bank shot. Loves getting it up there and knocking that one down. You have got to be in his space if you want to disrupt his rhythm.
The shot by George, no good. Toronto, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And it's quickly missing.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of it from distance, but look, he's got to find something easier.
Basket counts. A difficult situation for Toronto. Bertle, the pass to Dick. Toronto working the ball around now. Good on the triple. Ingram's got 28.
The pure shooting ability of Ingram does all the talking there. He gets the ball and delivers that quick release.
George missing again. For Toronto, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Here's the 3. And it's Ingram missing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Markkanen inside the line. It's rebounded by Quickly. Toronto's gone over and over to the three-point shot in the fourth quarter. 4 of 9. Took him no time at all on that one. Ingram's got 31.
And you love the work Ingram has put into his shot. You can put him in the corner now and force the defense to extend.
Sexton for 3. And Bertle pulls it down. And here's Barnes for 3. Rebounded by the Jazz.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Utah.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket, didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for George.
Well, he was the catalyst for them tonight. Played a great all-around game, and you could see his teammates feeding off his energy.
Markkanen from outside. That shot missing. And it's the Raptors ball. They trail by 14. And again, Toronto no luck. About 7 seconds separate the shot and game clocks. Three-pointer hits the three-point bomb. And the Jazz lead by 17.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
Pulls in another board. He hauls in his 20th rebound.
Dominating the glass.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This one was over well.
afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
Here are the starters for Utah. Sexton and Markkanen out on the wings. Collins and Kessler there in the middle. And it's George in at the point guard position. Booker, the pass to Beal. On the wing, Durant. 5 to shoot. And Durant slams it home.
A creative move by Durant. That's a big flex on the defense.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer, and I took the time to ask him about his strategy for Lauri Markkanen, and he said we know he's going to hit big shots and be physical on the floor, but we're going to make him work for everything tonight. I hope he can test every shot that he takes. Hope and hard work. Can't ask for more than that, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that. You know, Grant, looking at the career of Colin Sexton, he had a huge third season, averaged 24 a game.
Yeah, B.A., and unfortunately, Colin hurt his knee early during his 4th year. Had season-ending surgery, but we've seen Sexton make a full comeback and just a dynamic scoring guard.
Now here's George. Pass to Collins. Lets the 3 fly, and George with the basket on the assist by Collins.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
Here's Booker. And Booker with the jam.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Stolen by Markkanen. George against Beal. Back to George. Fires the 3. Knocks it down from distance. George has got 6.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Oh, George with a steal. Releases. Collins, no good. For Phoenix, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Durant with a screen on George. Outside Durant. The 3 ball on target from range. Durant's got his 2nd bucket.
And Durant focuses on taking high percentage threes, which is why he's so efficient from there.
Kicks it out to Collins. Markkanen from long range. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. George outside. Pass to Sexton for 3. Kicks it out to Markkanen. The 3 is up. Gets the 3 to fall.
Shots like this help Markkanen get in rhythm. The D must be aware of his ability to catch and fire.
Booker, pass to Durant. Booker looking around. The kick to Durant. Launches a 3. Utah grabs the miss. Kessler's got 4 rebounds in the game. Collins passes to Markkanen. Blocked! And the Suns pushing it up now. Durant with it. Guarded now by George. Count that one. He's got 7.
Transition basketball. The most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
George passes to Sexton. Pulls up. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. 1:09 left in the first quarter here. Booker with it. Outside Durant. Clock at 6. Offline with a 3.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Shot from the wing. 35 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Counted from distance. Markkanen's got 6.
I mean, let me remind you, Markkanen is 7 feet tall. It's incredible how he shoots it so well from deep.
Screen by Durant. From the arc. Dunn outside. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. Here's Durant, and Durant with the big finish.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? Collins right side. Oh, Beal picks his pocket. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. It's the some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Jazz?
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
Cody Martin is out there with Bol Bol. Then there's Tyus Jones. Then there's Grayson Allen. And it's Plumlee in at the center position. That's the Suns' 5 as we get into the second quarter. Allen against Clarkson. To the middle. This one for three. Plumlee pulls down the board. Grant, a big reason for Utah to be excited about the future. Their young head coach, Will Hardy.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he's had this team competitive after trading away both Mitchell and Gobert. And I love how Hardy has developed guys like Lauri Markkanen.
For three, Collier. And it's Martin with the rebound. Allen attacking. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
Oh, man. He got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open. Sensible, no good.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Boy, the offense has been on point.
They have great timing and great communication. So hard to get stops against them.
This is why you always have to chase guys off the arc, because everyone has a three-point shot.
Here's Clarkson from the top of the key. He buries it.
That may be not the highest percentage of looks right there, but look, you can't argue with results, I guess.
Now here's Jones. No points so far. Into the lane. Outside Bol. Shot clock at 6. No good with the triple. Jazz trail by 3. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Collier, no good. Phoenix has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Allen can't get it to go. Utah has gone 0 for 4 from beyond the arc here in the second quarter. And there's a pick. Hendricks knocks down the long J.
He's the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
For 3, Collier. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. Pass to Allen. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Here's Martin. Here's Jones. Outside Bol. Martin a screen. 4-3. It's rebounded by Hendricks. Utah has gone just 1 of 6 from the perimeter here in the second. That gives them the lead. And now a 3-point Jazz lead. Richard, as we've seen, sometimes all a player needs to prosper is a change of scenery.
Well, no doubt, B.A. One of the biggest deciding factors in being successful is how you fit into a system and how you fit in with the players around you.
Here's Bol. Martin up top. Pass to Jones. Looking to win the run. Phoenix no good that time either. Utah leading by 3. Here's Sensible. The offensive rebound. Here's Hendricks. 3-pointer. Sends it home from 3-point land. Hendricks has got 6.
pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
Great open look there. And the Jazz lead by 9.
And we think of Clarkson often as a scorer, but there, making the unselfish pass is just great work.
Phoenix no good that time either. And the Jazz with possession. Good momentum, 14 straight now. Pass to Hendricks. From downtown. Cole grabs the board. The Suns have gotten only 3 of 9 attempts to fall in the second. Outside Jones.
Utah foul. Sends the ball. First personal foul. First team foul.
Plumlee a screen. Clock at 6. Jones misses.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
And we finished off one half of play. It's the Jazz, up 9. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum line. They're measuring up the shot.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. One of the stories here, Kevin Durant. He's getting it done today.
And in the first half, he dominated in the post. He got the looks he wanted and was able to execute.
The question now is, will the defense keep letting him punish them inside? Or did Coach have some new ideas for them?
So the Utah 5 right now. Markkanen and Collins, the 3 and 4. George and Sexton in the backcourt. And it's Kessler in at the 5. Well, Richard, I know you had the pleasure of guarding Kevin Durant. Not an easy assignment. What was that like?
You're right, B.A. I had the pleasure of guarding him in the NBA Finals. And let's say it was not the easiest of tasks. He's become such a complete player, there's no way to stop him. He takes what you give him, and he kills you with it.
The 3, Durant. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Markkanen from long range. From way back there, Markkanen.
A gifted scorer. You know, this team trusts Markkanen's shot selection and offensive initiative.
Booker against George. And Booker with the jam.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
And they need more where that came from. They're not out of this hole yet.
Sexton, that's good.
I mean, Sexton can shoot from anywhere. Strong from beyond the arc.
Fires the 3. Utah with the rebound. Markkanen looking it over. Up and overdone. Kicks it out to Collins. The 3-pointer off the mark. Suns trail by 13. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Pass to Markkanen. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by the Suns. Richards has got 5 rebounds in the game. Done with it. Picked up by Sexton. Outside Durant. Fires for 3. At the arc. KD drains it.
Capable of scoring from any area. Love when Durant takes charge and dominates like this.
Stolen by Booker. Right wing. Durant with a screen on Sexton. Pass to Durant. Shoots over George. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Lauri Markkanen. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Durant with it. 6 to shoot. Three-pointer, no good.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
For 3, Sexton. On the wing, Sexton. Lets it go from deep.
2 minutes remaining in the
It's hauled in by Beal.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
On the wing, Durant. Shoots over Collins. And that one's good by Durant. Durant's got 14 points for the game.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Marking it outside. Pass to Collins. Drops in the 3. And the Jazz lead by 11.
And this is a part of Collins' game that's really evolved. Hitting jumpers and catch and shoot.
Buries it from 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Collins passes to Kessler from outside the arc. Drills it from deep. Kessler's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
Nice awareness there from the big man Collins. Solid at finding his teammates when they're open.
Durant, no good. Utah leading by 11. Pass to Sexton. It's hauled in by the Suns.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Booker's shot is good.
Yes, so good to see Booker knocking down the corner triple. A go-to scorer with considerable range.
Marketed for 3. Kicks it out to Collins. Marketed outside. Puts up a 3. That one is off. Outside Booker. Pass to Dunn. Back to Booker. And so it's the Utah Jazz finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. Their work from distance. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store. Booker and Beal are the talented backcourt. Nick Richards out there with Kevin Durant. And it's Dunn in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. Outside Booker. Pass to Richards. On the wing, Durant. Richards with a screen. Fires from the corner. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Left side, Sexton. Jacks up a 3. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. Richards has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Three-pointer, Beal, pure from 3-point range. Beal's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Kicks it to George. Fires the 3, fires in the triple. And the Jazz lead by 11.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to them at all times.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
Collins outside. From deep. It's hauled in by Beal. And so it's Beal who brings up the ball for Phoenix. Durant for 3. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got a rebound number 12 here already in the game. For 3, Collins knocks down the triple. Collins has got 6 here in the quarter.
Yeah, nice to have the ability to spot up like Collins does. That coupled with his ability to drive makes it a tough cover.
There has been nothing for him this quarter. Ever since halftime, he's lost all of his touch.
Marketed from long range. Another 3 for Utah.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
With the way they're shooting, there's no need to look for any other shot. Just keep letting it rain.
For 3, Durant. Oh, the response. Durant
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Take that, he says. I see your three, and I'll raise you another three. You know what? He's got to look to get other guys involved. The three-point stroke is off.
Oh, wasted no time on that one.
And a corner three from Beal is exactly what Coach wants to see from his offense.
Pass to George. Back to Sexton. The three is up. And it's Phoenix with a rebound.
Not himself from range right now, but the only way out of this funk is to keep trying.
Durant, pass to Richards.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Outside Booker. Lets it fly. And the Suns getting another bucket right there.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
Markkanen outside. For three, Collins. And Booker pulls it down.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
For three, Sexton. Pass to George. Collins right side. Utah with another miss. And it's Phoenix's ball. They've gone on an 8-0 run. For three, Booker. They grab their own miss. Outside Durant. The three is up. That shot missing. Utah leading by 9. Stolen. Here's Richards. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Sexton, that's good.
A growing aspect of George's game. He's working to become a strong facilitator.
Outside Durant. Three-pointer. That one's good. Give the assist to Booker.
Oh, what a clutch performer. It's clear that Durant loves the spotlight and embraces that chance to take those huge shots.
Hits the trifecta.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
Personal foul. First team foul.
So the first one drops, and that brings him with an 8.
This is who you want at the line, and Booker gets himself there a lot.
And so he makes both from the line. Sexton against Beal. Sexton passes to Markkanen. Off the mark there with a 3. And short of a miracle, they're walking out of here with a tough loss.
They fought all night. A terrific effort, but they just couldn't make enough big plays.
Fires away from way outside. So we see Utah get the win here. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the field. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let
great guards going head-to-head in this one. Brent, what will you keep your eye on in that matchup?
Well, Kevin, you're pointing out the guard play, so this is when they have a chance to go one-on-one. Which of these tandems can stand out against the other? Tons of pick and roll, tons of creativity, and we'll see which of these guys can pair off tonight to win this contest.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Grady Dick is out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Ingram, and it's the three, the small forward. Buries it from three-point range.
Yeah, with KD, that's automatic.
And the dunk by Pirtle.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. And Booker kicks to Beal. Out to KD. From past the arc. It's rebounded by Dick.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Barnes, and it's Barnes slamming it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Durant with a wide open look. The three-pointer is right on target. Durant's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Suns.
From way downtown, Durant truly knows no limits.
Out to Ingram. Off target from outside. The Suns have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. The bucket is good.
There are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Ingram finds Barnes. Ingram passes to Barnes. Ingram setting a pick for Barnes. Out to Ingram. Over KD. And it's Ingram missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Durant, the pass to Booker. There's the pick. Pass to Richards. Clock at 6. For 3. And it's Durant missing. For Jakob Poeltl, his parents paved the way for him to become a professional athlete. And I'd say, Brent, they did a good job.
Well, it's a good point, Kevin. They were doing some blocking of their own, just not basketballs like Jakob does. Both of his parents, members of the Austrian national volleyball teams, and building some roofs on some people trying to put down a few slams. And most fans think of Devin Booker, they think of the range, but man, he's attacking right now to get to the line.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Poke loose. Durant drawing the double team. On the wing, Booker.
2 minutes.
Pass to Richards. Back to Booker. KD, a screen on Poeltl. Devin Booker, and that's good. Booker's got 5 points so far.
Well, anytime that somebody scores, Devin Booker's the first option. He comes back and drills that one.
Ingram left side. Over in the corner, Barnes. And it's Ingram missing. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for the Suns. 4-point game. Richards finds Booker. Outside Durant. This one for 3. No good. He has missed 3 of his 5 attempts this game. Toronto's gone 1-1. What a jam!
Fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Nice. Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. And he comes up with the deuce. 8 points for him.
KD unafraid to get to the mid-range, and he can get there at will.
Ingram against Dunn. Poeltl kicks to Ingram. 3-pointer. And it's Bradley Beal with the rebound.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
For 3, Booker. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes. Raptors trail by 4. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Well, he's just so long, able to get to that rim pretty quick.
Phoenix has gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. And here's the break. Here's quickly. And it's all evened up.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Quickly against Booker. Outside Durant. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Phoenix Suns. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. Guys, what's your take so far on the Suns?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, that's the kind of thing that happens.
So with Durant sitting on the bench, this is Mike Budenholzer's lineup. Martin is out there with Bull. Then it's Plumlee. Then there's Grayson Allen. And it's Jones in at point guard. Bull can't hit.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Got a piece of it. Pass to Mobo. Now Robinson. Onside Barrett. Shot clock at 5. Back to Robinson. Here's Walter. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Barrett into the lane. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Well, that's R.J. Barrett just simply going hard to the rim.
And Bull wide open. He shoots from outside off the mark. Raptors leading by 5. From deep. He's now 2 for 3 with that miss.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Allen's shot is off. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter. And Barrett slams it in.
And Barrett will give you these kind of flashes. He got up that time.
Outside, Jones. Pass to Bull. And they get it. Makes it off the glass.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
Up top, Barrett. Covered by Martin. And Robinson throws it down hard.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Fast break, Toronto. Moving it up. Onside, Barrett. Right side, Robinson. Back to Barrett. Lets it go with the 3. To the wing on the left. Pass to Shed. The second chance effort. And it's laid in by Barrett. And now it's a 9-point Raptor lead.
Now, one of the keys to Barrett's game is he's got to play tough.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Bull with it.
2 minutes.
Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Barrett. Here's Mobo. Walter can't get it to go. Bull inside. Barrett covering. Bull, that's good. The NBA's scoring explosion, Frank, hasn't slowed down. We're getting record-setting offenses, it seems like, every single season.
Yeah, Kevin, lots of factors going into that. Obviously, more three-pointers being taken and figuring out the math of the game. But let's give credit to the players and the work that they're doing in the offseason in terms of getting better with their skill to be able to shoot that basketball and seek out the most efficient shot on the court.
Buries the long-range jumper.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
And Barrett slams it in.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. to Jones. Front past the arc. Bull can't hit. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Barrett, no good. Suns trail by 8. Jones kicks to Martin. It's Allen on the wing. Jones looking for an opening. Bull up top. Back to Jones. Takes the 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Here's Shed. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Assisted.
Shed's got the lead up to 10 now for Toronto. Now here's Jones for 3. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Toronto going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You know, R.J. Barrett has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And checking out the group for Darko Rojakovic to start the second half. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Emmanuel quickly out there with Grady Dick. And it's Ingram in at the 3 slot. Barnes kicks to Quickly. It's Ingram on the wing. Defended by Richard. Offensive rebound. Nice shot by Pirtle. And the Raptors lead by 15.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Sinks the 3-pointer. Booker's got 8 points.
And from the corner, Booker is not a player you can forget about.
GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000 points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace.
Ingram against Dunn. Barnes screen on Dunn. And that one's good, Ingram.
Woohoo, these teams are dueling, and Brandon Ingram answers back with a triple of his own.
Booker with no one around, and he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Ingram with it. Now guarded by Dunn. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Quickly the pass to Ingram. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Yeah, he likes to work at the top of the key a lot, but when Ingram gets to the corner, he shows you he's capable.
And here's KD for 3. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got rebound number 5 here tonight. For 3, Ingram. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
And right now, efficient as Brandon Ingram is just torching the defense.
Here's the screen. Will it go? Rebound by the Raptors.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Knocks it loose and stolen by Barnes. Lots of room. That shot off the mark.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you want him taking that kind of shot. And he's not the reason that they're trailing in this one. He's been on his game. It's a few of the other guys that need to pick it up.
And here's Ingram from the arc. Rebound by the Suns. Richards got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Dunn. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant.
Well, that was just a quick glance from KD. He looks at the defense and makes the play.
Pirtle finds Ingram. Beyond the arc. There's the triple. And the three ball is good. Ingram's got 23.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Traps in the tray.
And Booker just keeps taking him. He's a scoring machine.
Pass to Ingram. Barnes the screen. And it's Ingram missing. Suns trail by 17. On the wing, Booker quickly covering. Fires for three. Another three for Phoenix.
Dangerous at all times from range. Booker shoots threes at will.
Barnes sets a screen for Ingram. Barnes kicks to Pirtle. Ingram against Dunn. Barnes screen on Dunn. They get the rebound. Quickly against Booker. That's tipped. And in transition, it's Ingram. Here we go. From the arc. No good that time. Brandon Ingram. He's been the guy making things happen for the Toronto Raptors. Another excellent quarter for him, especially from... And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the one today, big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Deadly backcourt pair of Booker and Beal. Dunn is out there with Durant, and it's Richards in at the 5 spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix. And that one's good. Ingram.
Ingram has the skill to do that. A nice job setting up and receiving the pass.
Outside Durant. Lets it go from deep. And Pirtle pulls it down. Quickly against Booker. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Sweet shooting touch from the confident guard. Quickly's role is to score as often as possible.
Near the three-point line, it's Booker. From out on the wing, he knocks it down.
Well, here's the problem. He's shooting the lights out, but they're still behind. They need another guy to step up.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
On the wing, Booker fires the three. Booker sinks the three.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Nick Richards. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Pirtle with a screen on Dunn. Snatched up. Ingram outside. No good from outside. The Suns trail by 15. Beal the pass to Richards. KD with it. And now by Barnes. Takes a three. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Barnes kicks to Ingram. Fires the three. Rebound by the Suns.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
A three from Barnes. Booker pulls it in. And here's Phoenix. They've got an 8-0 run. Beal gets a wide open look. Suns keep it alive. Ingram against Booker. Puts up a deep three. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Pirtle's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Got that one up quick. Ingram's got 29 in the game.
Yeah, Ingram's confidence growing when he steps up early in the clock like that to shoot a 3-ball. Man, that's showing some signs.
And there's your answer from Booker.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Oh, KD buries the three.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
Well, he's doing everything he can to make them competitive. And by everything, I mean draining threes.
Near the three-point line, it's Booker. It's rebounded by Dick. Raptors leading by 9. For 3, Ingram. Pirtle kicks to Ingram. A 3-ball. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable. And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Raptors.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Brandon Ingram.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
And it's the Raptors' ball. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And it's quickly missing. And here's Booker from the arc. The rebound by Brandon Ingram. Now Barnes. From deep three-point territory. Misses there. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. And in the win, a